think it is.
I got something for the Fox. Fox, welcome to the family.
You gotta be kidding me, man. This better not be what I think it is. The death row chain, man. Hey. The death row chain, man. Rose gold. It's special to see him and kicking ass.
Remember, the difference between a charm and an amulet is amulets, A, turn things away from you. A talisman, T, brings things towards you. So I hope that helps explain the difference in the three.
Ancient amulets have magic
charms,
powers.
amulets.
Let's find out. I'm archaeologist Dr. Brad Hafford, and today I'm talking about ancient amulets from Mesopotamia. Unlike antiques and collectibles, ancient objects like these need to be cared for in museums. As part of World Heritage, we should all be able to share in viewing and thinking about them, and many museums are putting images of their collections online for just such a purpose. Even though I don't have the objects right here with me, I'll go over the available pictures of them to explain what I know and question what I don't. My work focuses on the ancient Near East, and so the artifacts that I cover will primarily come from that area. Today's objects come from the ancient city of Ur, a site I know very well as I'm currently the field director there. Every artifact excavated at the site now remains in Iraq, but these were excavated in the 1920s, when half of the artifacts went to the excavating institutions. These particular ones were allotted to the University of Pennsylvania Museum. Photos are available at the museum's online collections portal. The Penn Museum is not a sponsor of this video, and what I say here is in no way an official presentation of that institution. It is a great museum, though, with an excellent collection of artifacts from all around the world. So I highly recommend that you visit in person if you can. Now let's look at our first artifact. It comes from Dikdika, a suburb of the ancient city of Ur in southern Iraq. Density of artifacts there tells us that it was mainly occupied from the Ur III into the Old Babylonian period, that is, from about 2100 to about 1700 BCE. The artifact is very small, but striking in its detail and depiction. It's made of a dark stone, probably steatite, and is only about 2 centimeters in length. It has a loop at the top for stringing, so it might be a bead or a pendant, but we tend to call it an amulet. In fact, all of the items we'll look at today can fall into that category. There's no clear definition of just what makes something an amulet, though. Some were worn on a string, others were pinned to clothing, and still others were simply carried, perhaps in a pouch. An amulet might also be hung on a wall or buried beneath a threshold. So the only thing that seems to define amulet is the perception of what the object does. An amulet was believed to have power, a kind of magic to protect the bearer or perhaps even harm their enemies. Although we would love to understand ancient beliefs, it's extremely difficult to derive them directly from an object. It's hard enough to know what someone close to you really believes. Imagine how difficult to understand the thoughts of people several thousand years removed from you.
But the star attraction here is a 19-year-old golden boy, King Tutankhamun. I met him in the summer of 1976 when I was 7 years old.
And you still remember him?
Yeah, it's great to see him. When Tut toured America for the 1976 bicentennial, 8 million fans lined up to see him. What is it about this mask that captivates people so much?
I think when you look at the eyes, the corner of the eyes, you see the reddish part. It gives it something real.
Tut's 3,300-year-old tomb was discovered by Sir Howard Carter in 1922.
When Howard Carter wanted to remove the mask, he was so harsh that he removed the head of the poor king.
But with craftsmanship so fine, we know what the young king looked like.
He and his father were the only ones in ancient Egypt who wore earrings. No other king was shown ever wearing earrings.
And they're big, like sort of hipster earrings.
They were huge.
Of course, the sheer amount of ancient bling found inside the tomb is jaw-dropping. Beds, a throne, a chariot, all covered in gold.
The king was actually buried in this sarcophagus made out of 110 kilograms of pure gold.
That's 242 pounds, melted down, worth $6 million, as is priceless. In today's Egypt, gold is still exalted. For centuries, Egyptians have been coming to the Khan al-Khalili market to buy their gold. But with the post-revolution Egyptian economy badly tarnished, markets like these are quiet.
Not much people come down here to buy gold now.
So the business is not great right now.
Not even nice.
Yeah. Ahmed Saleh is one of the many merchants in Cairo's gold bazaar who is hurting. Still, down hidden narrow lanes, we found craftsmen toiling away. Salam alaikum. No one is bringing me gold to work with, he says, so now I'm doing copper. Shop owner Zainab Khalifa says gold sends an unmistakable message.
If I have a gold, I am in a better state. I am rich. I am there. I am strong.
And now, using ancient maps from the
Kevin Watson's murder has already been viewed nearly 2 million times on Facebook as he was killed in the middle of his Facebook Live. In that video, you can see him getting out of his car before hearing a single gunshot fired, happening mere blocks away from this police station here in South Austin.
Get into it with y'all, because y'all ain't got no respect. What's up, bro? What's up?
Kevin Watson's final moments captured on Facebook Live as gunfire rang out in this parking lot Wednesday evening on Madison near LeClaire Avenue in Chicago's South Austin neighborhood.
He was choking for breath. He was trying to struggle to breathe.
All of it unfolding right after Watson left his cousin's job at this nearby liquor store to begin his Facebook Live in his car.
I wouldn't let him walk out the store. He was a good man to this community. No matter what he done, he helped people, you know? He helped me get this job in there.
Close friends turned heartbroken witnesses say as Watson was walking to his car.
He was talking to a guy, and he was going to his car, and then the guy followed behind him. So when the guy followed behind him, pulled a gun on him. So he was trying to wrestle with the gun, and the gun went off.
Police say the 40-year-old was shot in his chest.
I rubbed his palm, and I squeezed his hand. He wouldn't squeeze back.
Relatives tell us he leaves behind a 6-year-old son and say Watson was killed.
I wish we could have had one more conversation. But I know what's going on. Black people hate each other over materialistic. We hate each other over materialistic. That was his chain. That was his. That was his chain. That was his. He paid for that. It took some time to pay for that. I'm gonna be all right. My family gonna be all right.
You haven't gotten the point of why the evil eye, the crystals, the sage is all bad. It's because you're leaning on something else other than God for protection and for healing. And it's divination. It's allowing demons to come into your life. Because a lot of times there's curses attached to these things. There's, people doing spells, casting spells on these objects, these waist beads you're buying from the African lady because you think it's sexy. It's a trend. We want to be cool. We want to be trendy, guys. But we have to do our due diligence of reading the word, allowing God to teach us. When we feel that conviction, we feel like something's not right, we have to learn to lean on that and trust that.